I'm Zach. Will be reaching 6 years in 2 months' time in Prudential. Been with 2XYC for about close to 1.5 year plus. I joined it since March 2020. Honestly, at that point in time, is really my career bottom low, like rock bottom like that. In April, I didn't close anything other than one PA plan. That's how bad it is. In terms of what is the biggest struggle, I would say is struggle to find continuity in my business. In 2018, 2019, it has been a year-on-year growth. Went from somewhere 100k AP to 140k AP. Income, I got more, but my question is like, where am I going to find the next growth? Where am I going to find the next client without feeling too pushy? Because in that 2 years, I have lost quite a bit of friends. Some of them feel like, hey, wow, this one like pushy agents, yeah, and they start to avoid lah. And even though at that point in time, I try to brush it off and say that, okay, never mind, it's part of the process. As I get more and more this kind of issues, I start to question myself whether, hey, am I still value adding my clients or not? Why is it that like people are actually talking about me in that sense where I don't feel that I am that kind of person? I start to doubt myself. I start to feel that, hey, everything I do is a bit off lah. Other than that as well is about where do you get more leads? Because at that point in time, all I think about is that I just need to get more leads. With more leads, I'll have more appointment. With more appointment, then there'll be more closure lah. There's nothing wrong with me. So it's just the leads problem now. So that was how I was thinking at that point in time. I think the very first thing I worked on was more of the structure of my sales procedure. For me, I think for most of you out there as well, it's like, just meet client, meet prospect, then after that, you present to them, then after that they go back, think about it, then after you keep following up, third appointment, fourth appointment, fifth appointment, until they say that, they are ready to buy, then they buy lah. So that was where I was back then. And the first thing I realized is that it's quite strange, like how come sales also have a structure to it? There's also a framework to it. Isn't sales supposed to be something that's very free flow and stuff like that? So there was actually a structure whereby you say, okay, you have to draw this particular script, take them through this particular process. So it's really more about the script at the start. Let's go a few compartments, because there's actually a few aspects that it's not just beyond just about improving your sales. It goes from sales, which is my career, to the way I actually think about stuff, to how happy I feel, and to many other things. So yeah, let me just go one by one. First one is actually on the sales part, right? I actually use much lesser time as compared to how I used to work. So for example, in 2018, in 2019, I'll be working almost every single day. Then I hit my particular goal. So in 2020, I have only effectively worked about 7 months, because the other 5 months, either I'm feeling down, that I don't want to work. That 7 months help me produce something that is more than what I've done in the past years. Then this year is even better. This year, 2021, I only took about effectively 6 months. I have even more break. So essentially, to talk about the sales progression, how much more have I grown? I was from 140 to maybe somewhere in, probably I'll end off this year around 180 to 200. So it's like maybe a 20 to 30% year on year, but with so much lesser time. Yeah, so that is really on the career side of it. Second of all is that the role that I play for my clients is very different right now. 2018, 2019 is about how am I make it more layman for people to understand what is financial planning. So my role is not so much of a financial planner. Now I become like someone that walk this life journey with them. So that is the biggest change I have in terms of my advisory model. Now, as a person, honestly speaking, I have never thought about how important mental health is. I've always thought that all this mental health thing is just they being weak. They just use another term to say that, mental health is very important and stuff like that. Until I start to actually go and understand a bit more, I start to pay more attention in the way I think, more positive thinking in terms of career-wise, less on the numbers, more on how can I help these people, and these numbers will naturally come. In terms of how I interact with my friends, my family, I became a happier person. Not so much of a person that just want to strive for career only and care about the rest, but more of a person that able to take care of career, but also still able to play the role of maybe a son, boyfriend, whatsoever, a good friend. Yeah, I've gone through 4 renewals already. The money just go out faster and faster and faster and easier. I don't have to think as much. The first time I renewed was because I felt that hey, wow, there's really a lot of issues I have to resolve and I really don't know how. And this program seems to understand me very well. So therefore, I just felt that, hey, there's a lot of things for me to learn. So let's renew. Then end of 2020, I did my first MDRT already. Why did I still renew? Is because I still want to grow as a person. Was it the hardest? Honestly, yes. Because essentially I take my bonus, I just put it in. Yeah, full bonus come in, full bonus go out. Okay, not the easiest, but honestly speaking, why did I do so? Is because I have been through trying things on my own, and therefore it's not that you won't get the answer for sure. You may, but you may take a longer time. So I wanted someone to actually help me accelerate this growth so that I can actually earn more lah. So if let's say I only have to pay a fraction of price in terms of my annual income to receive so much growth, okay lah, what's wrong? You take it as just like an investment that will do, and it accelerates your growth. This year, why did I still actually renew is because I start to see that, hey, the things that this program teach is changing leh. Yeah, I won't say changing, it's getting more and more. So it started from sales, then after that to understanding how to manage your client, then after that go to emotional health, how to manage yourself. Then after that you have to go to how to manage your people that's below you. Yeah, then it just gets more and more, and therefore this renewal, I have to tell you, it was the easiest. I just asked Ben, I asked him that, hey, how much is it? Okay, I can prepare the money. Before the expiry even comes, right, I show you transfer already. Yeah. So that is the kind of trust that I have, because I feel that over time I've grown so much with this community, and there's still a lot for me to learn, and this community is still growing, and therefore there's still a lot of value that I will potentially learn. Do I know what is it? Honestly, I don't. Okay, but I just know that paying this money will help me grow and become a person that I truly want to be. So if you feel that this is a course that or a program that's like, oh, once you finish this, there's nothing else for you to learn, I'm sorry, it's not that all lah. Okay, there's actually still a lot of things for you to learn. If you really feel like you're alone in this industry, and a lot of us will feel that way, that's whereby you actually need to join this community, whereby you feel that, hey, 大家一起走, we are here to bring you along and to grow further. And last but not least, if you're watching this video, if you feel that you're not sure what is this about, just hop on the call and find out more, like how can this help you, because it really helped me a lot in terms of my career, in terms of as a person. And many of us take value from different parts of the program. So maybe for yourself, there may be some other areas that is different from me. So you have to find it out yourself.